Hello, Africa. Welcome to another episode of Red Card Africa. On today's episode, we take you straight to Angola. Yes. And in Angola, we are going to talk about the Girabola. The Girabola is the top flight league in Angola. So, what we call, for example, you would say the English Premier League, that is called the Girabola in Angola. So, in the Girabola today, there was supposed to be a very, very big match in the Girabola today, the biggest game on the Angolan football calendar between Primeiro de Agosto and then Petro de Luanda. This game was Matchday 19th in the league, and Primeiro de Agosto were supposed to host Petro de Luanda. So this was Primeiro de Agosto's home game. You know that this the league is a round robin, so everybody plays home and away. So this was Primeiro de Agosto's home game, match day 19. Before kickoff today, Petro de Luanda were top of the table with 46 points. And then Primeiro de Agosto were second with 40 points. But after today's games, Williet SC has moved to second position with 42 points after 19 matches played. Agosto and Petro de Luanda have played 18, so they've played one game less. And why have they played one game less? So their game that was supposed to take place today did not happen. The game did not take place. And on this episode, I'm going to tell you why the game did not take place. So the game was supposed to be Primeiro de Agosto's home game. So Primeiro de Agosto, they play their home matches at the Estadio Franca Indalu in Luanda. So that is the stadium that you can see on your screen. This is where they play their home games. They've played all their home games in this very, very venue. So they were supposed to host Petro de Luanda here. But interestingly, the Angolan Football Federation moved the game from Estadio Franca Indalu in Luanda to the 11th November Stadium, also in Luanda. So you can see the 11th November Stadium on the screen. This is Angola's national team venue. That's where they play their home games. So it is bigger than the Estadio Franca Indalu. But this game was supposed to be Primeiro de Agosto's game. So they reserve the right to choose where they host Petro de Luanda. Also, both teams are currently battling it out for top spot in the league, with 6 points separating the two sides. It's a battle for the league title, and so everyone would want to take advantage of their home venue. So in this game, Primeiro de Agosto were hoping that they would play the game in their stadium, Estadio Franca Indalu, make use of home advantage, and beat Petro de Luanda. That doesn't mean that if they play the game at the 11th November Stadium, they cannot beat Petro de Luanda. They've recorded some good results there in their last 5 visits to the venue to play Petro de Luanda. So it is not as if they are afraid of that venue. So this is what happened. So the FA wanted them to play the game at the 11th November Stadium in Luanda. And Primeiro de Agosto refused. So in a series of communication between the two sides, Agosto clearly communicated to the FA that they will not play the game at the 11th November Stadium in Luanda. Instead, they want to play it in their home venue. That is the Estadio Franca Indalu. Even if the game doesn't take place in their home venue at the Estadio Franca Indalu, there is another stadium, which is the 22nd June Stadium in Luanda. They would rather play the game there rather than play the game at the 11th November Stadium in Luanda. So this was what Agosto communicated to the FA. But yesterday, the FA released a statement saying that they have not received any court order to postpone the game. This comes after Primeiro de Agosto released a press statement stating that they have filed an injunction on the game and that the game will not take place. So the FA quickly countered by saying that they had not received any court order, and so the game would continue as planned. And same yesterday, Primeiro de Agosto released another statement that the game will not take place. It has been cancelled. And so their fans should take notes. Fast forward, 22nd March 2026 is here. Today was the day the game was supposed to take place. And do you know what happened? It gets very, very interesting here. So Primeiro de Agosto went to their stadium, Estadio Franca Indalo in Luanda. Their players went there, management was there. Some of their fans were also there. Petro de Luanda also went to the 11th November Stadium. Their fans were in attendance. Their management were in attendance. Players were in attendance. In fact, they even published their starting lineup and everything, waiting for the game to kick off. Yes, that is what is supposed to happen. So even if my opponent doesn't want to play, I will show up. I will show up so that even when the case goes to the disciplinary committee, the referee, in the referee's report, the referee will say that, this team showed up, but the opponent did not show up. So Primeiro de Agosto showed up at their home venue. Petro de Luanda showed up also in their home venue. So both teams were at two different places during the time the game was supposed to be played, which meant that the game had to be cancelled. As we speak now, the FA has not released any official statement. We've been monitoring their platforms. We've not heard anything from the Football Association, but we can confirm here on Red Card Africa that the game did not take place. The game was cancelled. Yes, the game has been cancelled and so did not take place. And these are some of the things that we try to talk about on this show, especially on Red Card Africa, where we talk about all the controversial issues. This is clearly an administrative issue, and it shouldn't be happening in this time and age. This shouldn't be happening. Why should a team play his home match away from home when clearly there's nothing wrong with the stadium? Unless the Angolan Football Federation comes out clearly and gives us a reason that we move the game from Estadio Franca Indalo because of this or that, then they have no reason to move the game. Because all along, Primeiro de Agosto has been playing their home matches at that same venue. So if they can play all their other games in that venue, why can't they play this one too in that same venue? There should be a reason. If there is no reason, then I think that the FA hasn't done well, and then someone needs to resign from their position. It's clear. It's clear, because you cannot be making these decisions. You cannot be doing this. This is clearly a governance issue. This is not the fault of Petro de Luanda, nor the fault of Primeiro de Agosto, because I can also assure you that if this had been Petro de Luanda's game and the FA had told them to move the game to another venue, they would have probably protested as well. So it is not a problem of Petro de Luanda, neither is it a problem of Primeiro de Agosto. The entire blame should go to the Angolan FA for making this mistake. This is an administrative error, like I said. So, on today's episode of Red Card Africa, the red card goes to none other than the Angola Football Federation for that disastrous decision that they made. It denied Angolan fans and the rest of African fans the spectacle that we would have witnessed today. We were all looking forward to this game. We wanted to see what will happen in this game, but because of someone's decision, the game had to be cancelled. Viewers, so this is where we end today's episode of Red Card Africa. If you love this video, if you love this content, kindly subscribe to our channel. Please don't just watch the video and then leave. Please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification button. We are doing our best to bring you all the latest news, quality content on Africa Soccer Zone that you will not see anywhere. So subscribe to this channel and then turn on the notification button. Make sure you share all our videos and then watch all our shows. We have a lot of them. We have Boot and Ball Daily. We have the Touchline. We have a lot of them in our playlist. You can go check them out after this video. Thank you very much and see you some other time. Bye-bye.